Back for the top of the fifth inning, as it will be Alex Zerfus leading things off, the Gonzaga product. Will be taking on Adrian Lopez, who returns for his fifth inning of work. And should the Trappers keep the lead at the end of this inning, as a ground ball will get through the glove of Cole Yancey, the shortstop, it will be an error on Yancey, as it will put the leadoff batter in Zerfus on first base. Yancey has been struggling in the field recently. That has to be around his third or fourth error within the last week in the middle infield. So Jake English will step up into the batter's box. 1-for-1 today. Pickoff attempt back to first base. Back in safely is Zerfus. But should the lead stay with the Trappers through the top of the fifth, it would make Adrian Lopez eligible for the win. Pitch will run outside for ball one to the first batter after Zerfus reached on an error. Before we went away in the previous inning, was talking about the MLB trade deadline coming up in a couple of days, and a couple of big name talents will be packing their stuff and heading to other teams. Now, big name talents, maybe not this season, but they are well-known names around the MLB. The team that most has a fly ball hit into right field, Jacob Griffin, will range back, reaching up to make the catch. No tag for the first out of the inning, which will bring up JT Walden. So the fly out to right will go for the first out of the inning with a runner at first base. Walden will take his time stepping into the batter's box. But the team that most South Dakotans support, the Minnesota Twins, shipping off Nelson Cruz and Calvin Foucher in favor of right-handed pitcher from the Tampa Bay Rays, Joe Ryan and Drew Strotman. Pitch will miss high for ball one. So Nelson Cruz will be a Tampa Bay Ray for the remainder of the season. Elsewhere, the Pittsburgh Pirates have traded Adam Frazier to the San Diego Padres. 1-0, high fly ball to left field. Williams ranging after it, will reach up, stumble back over in the opposite direction from where he was going, as a ball will get away, not realizing it is Zerfus, and staying there as Weston chases the baseball down. Two outs in the inning will bring up Mazzaferro. Mazzaferro today, 1 for 2. Fouled out to the first baseman in the first and doubled in the third. Two outs in the frame with a runner at first. But Adam Frazier heading to San Diego to play for the Padres, as a pitch will be called a strike, an 0-1 count. In exchange, the Pittsburgh Pirates will acquire Mitchell Miliano, Jack Sawinski, and Tucapita Marcano. Bit of a rough pronunciation. I think I got it mostly. Pitch will miss outside, a ball and a strike. All to shape the future of the Pittsburgh Pirates, as they are currently in the basement of the National League Central Division. 1-1 as a high fly ball will hook foul for strike number 2. So a 1-2 count to Mazzaferro as Lopez trying to get out of the inning. A bit of a rough start as a 3-run first inning. For the Pioneers. Trappers responded with 2 in the top of the first. Called strike 3 with the runner going. Mazzaferro will walk back to the dugout. Strikeout number 2 for Adrian Lopez today. The first looking by either side today. No runs, no hits, 1 error committed by the Trappers, and another runner left on board for the Pioneers. Middle of the 5th, it's the Pierre Trappers 9 and the Western Nebraska Pioneers 5. We'll be back for the bottom of inning number 5 with Reinhardt, Weston, and Kim due up for Pierre.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories with family, friends, and your community is just a way of life. Yes, in times like these, it's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
Hey, it's the old top Gator here with Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza. Gators is known for top quality food. Now you can have our food selections delivered right to your front door using DoorDash. That's right, now you have 4 ways that you can get great Gators food. Dine in, carry out, curbside pickup, and now delivery through DoorDash. Gators has been serving the Pierre area and now Trappers baseball fans since 1987. Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza.
Bottom of the 5th, Brock Reinhardt will lead things off. He had a big RBI double, 2 RBI double back in the 3rd as he leads things off here in the bottom of the 5th. Tomas's first pitch will be called a strike for strike number 1. Jaden Tomas now in his 2nd complete inning of work as he swept the floor in the 3rd, cleaning up after Hayden Mulva pitched in the 4th, allowed 2 runs. Neither of those were earned as a foul ball will go for strike 2. Now we'll pitch again here in the bottom half of the 5th. Trappers lead by 4. 16 combined base hits on 14 combined runs. 0-2 swung on and missed. Tomas will strike out victim number 3 tonight. So Spencer Weston will be the next to come up and bat. Weston 0 for 2 with a strikeout in the 2nd inning and grounded out in the 3rd against Tomas. He was the first Trapper batter to take on Jaden Tomas and will now be the first for round 2 against the Pioneer reliever. On a fly ball straight to the 3rd baseman, a line out. To the 3rd baseman will go for out number 2. As it will now bring up the top of the order in Andrew Kim. Kim today is 2 for 3. A pair of singles to start his day, but then a ground out to end the 3rd as a pitch will miss low for ball 1. So a 1-0 count with 2 away. Pitch will run outside. That will make the count 2 balls, no strikes. On a 2-0, high pop fly. into center field. Another tough play. However, that one will be hauled in by Ponder in center field for the third out of the inning. A 1-2-3 Trapper fifth. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. We're through 5 complete. It's Pierre 9, Western Nebraska 5. We'll be back for the 6th with Simrot, Ponder, and Rutz due up for the Pios. Dan-O's Marine is a proud partner of Pierre Trappers Baseball. Located at 320 St. Charles Street, Dan-O's provides service on your boat to get you back out on the water in the dog days of summer. Give them a call at 605-224-6612. That's Dan-O's Marine at 605-224-6612. Any water, any problem, Dan-O's Marine. Wow, Shell's Quick Stop is the place to go for a variety of food, drinks, fishing tackle, and more. Hungry? Come on down for breakfast pizza, burritos, biscuits and gravy, soup, salad, and wraps. Thirsty? Try their hot and cold espresso drinks, lattes, frappuccinos, and milkshakes from the drive-up window. Heading down to the water? Stop by to pick up minnows, crawlers, and leeches to secure the big bites. All of it's down at Shell's at 621 West Sioux Avenue. No, they're bad meats. Yeah. No, and I've told her that. Also, she wanted me to tell you that you're a piece of shit for giving her a bruise. Top of the 6th inning, as it will still be Adrian Lopez in for his 6th inning of work, as it will be Simrot leading the inning off. On the first pitch from Lopez, will run high and tight for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes. 9-5. Pierre in front of Western Nebraska, looking for their 2nd win against the Pios this season. Game 5 this season between these two teams. Strike number 1 will be fouled off. On a pitch that will miss low for ball 2. So a 2-1 count. Lopez fires on the high part of the zone for strike 2. Count will go even to 2 balls, 2 strikes. Much earlier, still on the topic of the MLB trade deadline, as that will be called strike 3, and Simrot knew it as he walks back to the dugout before the call was even made. So Ponder will be the next batter after the 2nd consecutive batter to strike out looking against Adrian Lopez. Goes for out number 1. On a high kick and fire by Lopez, will run inside. 4-1, 1 ball, no strikes. Bases are empty with 1 away here in the top of the 6th. Trappers still with a 4-run lead over the Pioneers. Tying run is 4 batters away. 1 batter after the in the hole slot as a pitch will miss for ball 2. But earlier in the trade period, the Atlanta Braves and Chicago Cubs making a deal. Jock Peterson, the outfielder for the Chicago Cubs, heading to Atlanta to become a Brave as a pitch will miss for ball 3. The Chicago Cubs, meanwhile, will acquire first baseman Bryce Ball from the Atlanta Braves. Called strike for strike number one. A bit of an odd strike call by Matt Beaver. Three balls, one strike, a windup and deal on a high pop fly down the right field line for strike number two. So it'll be a full count to the center fielder, and John Ponder, announced as tonight's beer batter from Hyde Stadium, has yet to strike out today, has fouled out to the first baseman and lined out to the shortstop on his line today. Payoff pitch on the way, will miss for ball four. Lopez, frustrated with the call, will hop on 1 foot off the mound as Ponder will reach via the walk. Third walk surrendered today by Adrian Lopez. On a short chopper over to the third baseman, picked up, fired onto first base. In time for the out. The throw down to third will skip away, and that will score a run for the Pioneers. That cuts the lead to just 3, 9-6, the new score. So quiet for a second, just trying to get the official scoring of that play. So it is a sacrifice bunt for Kellen Rutz that will go for out number 2, which brings up Nanez. On the first pitch, ball will skip away from Lopez. Check swing, appeal down, says no swing for ball 1. Scoring has John Ponder, the eventual runner that came all the way around to score, getting all the way to third base off that bunt by Rutz. Then coming in to score off an error by the first baseman, Brendan Perez. It's the second error for the Trappers today as a high pop fly heading into foul territory, back towards the press box, and will bounce back, bouncing up towards a window. Down on the far right-hand side of the press box, up the right field line for the first strike of the at-bat. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away. One will miss for ball 2. 2-1 count. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. In the top of the 6th, 1 run has already come across for the Pios. 2-1 on the way. We'll skip in the dirt again for ball 3. Lopez is seeming to have been losing control a little more than he has been, with a lot of balls in the dirt in the last couple of batters. Count will run to 3 balls and 1 strike to Antonio Nanez. 3-1 on the way. Called a strike as the count will run full. Trappers losing another asset yesterday as (3-2) will run inside for ball 4. So ball 4 will bring up the top of the order in Eric Smelko with 2 away. They will bring the tying run into the on-deck circle. Smelko is 0 for 3 with a pair of flyouts and a fielder's choice ground ball foul down the first baseline for strike 1. So the walk to Nanez is the fourth surrendered by Lopez, but the second this inning. And with action going in the Trappers bullpen down the right field line, I expect this to be the final inning that Adrian Lopez works. Oh, 1 chopped into left field. Had a bit of hook on that hit, as it will be a base hit for Smelko. Smelko's first hit of the day as he'll improve to 1 for 4. Advancing to second base is Nanez on the play. Still 2 outs in the inning as it will bring up Alex Zerfas. So runners at first and second base, Nanez at second, Smelko at first. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. The first pitch, pop fly into foul territory, heading back and into the player's entrance down the right field line. Count will run to no balls and 1 strike. 9-6, the new score in favor of Pierre. One ball, 1 strike as that next pitch will miss. Zerfas, the right fielder, 0 for 2 today, grounding out and reaching on an air. Swing for strike 2, 1 ball, 2 strikes. A good stop by Reinhardt to keep both runners where they are. Additionally, Zerfas, the second batter of the ball game back in the first, was hit by a pitch by Adrian Lopez. So a 1-2. Runners at first and second. I'll look back over at second by Lopez before firing on the 1-2. A ground ball chopped over to the shortstop, Yancey. Yancey will fire onto first base in time for out number 3. So a 6-3 ground out, 1 run will score. Earned against Lopez. Off 1 base hit, 1 error committed by the Trappers, and 2 runners left on base for the Pioneers. 1 run comes in the top of the 6th. 9-6 as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Williams, Griffin, and Perez due up.
The Governor's Inn is the exclusive motel partner of the Pierre Trappers. Check out the special Trappers rate for your visit to Pierre and Hyde Stadium this summer. Call 605-224-4200 directly to get the Trappers rate. With free wireless internet, a deluxe breakfast, and an indoor pool and hot tub, there's no reason not to stop at the Governor's Inn. Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry are your homes for everything clothing in the capital area. Since 2010, Total Beauty has offered great customer service and competitive prices. Next door at Speedway Laundry, they have you covered for a fast, convenient way to wash and dry your clothes and other household items, including king-size comforters. Visit them at 111 First Street in Fort Pierre.
Richie Williams leads things off against Jaden Tomas. Williams will take the first pitch as he leads things off. Here in the 6th, pitch will miss low for ball 1. Time called as now Beaver walks out to the mound. And we'll have a word with Tomas. Or just walk out and take time and hand deliver the baseball. So 1 ball, no strikes to the leadoff batter at the bottom of the 6th. Williams also led off the 4th inning that ended up scoring 2 runs for the Trappers. 1-0, wind up and deal on a pitch that will catch the zone for strike 1. One ball, 1 strike. 9-6 the score as a fly ball is hit to right field. That will drop for a fair ball in right field. At first base, off a leadoff single is Richie Williams. So Williams reaches off a 6th inning leadoff single, which will bring up Jacob Griffin. Griffin himself has a couple of RBIs today. Had an RBI single back in the 3rd. So Griffin will take the at-bat with the runner at first base. Bottom of the 6th, nobody out. Trappers 9, Pioneers 6. Jaden Tomas winds up and deals on a runner going. Pitch will be called a strike. The throw down will hop away. A good backup play by the second baseman in Rutz. Williams steps back out onto the mound as Rutz fires the ball back to second base. Pitch was called a strike, but it is a stolen base for Richie Williams as well. So an 0-1. Check back over at second base. The pitch by Tomas will go outside for ball 1. For the Trappers, not too many stolen base attempts, as that was actually the first attempted steal today. Successful for Pierre. So 1 ball, 1 strike. 9-6 the current score. In favor of the Trappers, 11 hits to 7, also in favor of Pierre. Actually, the Trappers leading every column on the scoreboard, and unfortunately for the Trappers, that includes the air column. 1-1 pitch will miss for ball 2. There's only 2 spots on the scoreboard where the Pioneers lead, and it's the 1st inning column and the 6th inning column. 1st inning, the Pioneers scored 3, the Trappers scored 2. And in the 6th inning, pitch will miss high for ball 3. Top of this inning, the Pioneers scored 1 run. Trappers still in the middle of the 6th inning. Nobody out but a runner in scoring position. They could very well tie up the score contained within the 6th. 3-1 on the way. Ripped over to the first baseman, having trouble with it is Simrop, but will step on the bag. It does do the job of advancing Richie Williams 90 feet more to be 90 feet away from home on the ground out 3 unassisted. So Griffin grounds out to first base as Richie Williams will take advantage and move over to third base, now 90 feet away from scoring. Perez will wait on the first pitch from Tomas on the way. Pitch will miss low for ball 1. Pitch goes downstairs for Perez. As Perez 1 for 3 today, hit a 2-run home run to center field in the first, flew out to center in the 3rd, and reached on an error in the 4th. 1-0 will be called a strike outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Ground ball down the 3rd base line. Will go for strike 2. So a 1-2 count to Brendan Perez. Runner still at third base, and Richie Williams. A decent chance for an RBI for Brendan Perez, or as his teammates call him, BP. So the 1-2 on a fly ball down the left field line. That will score Williams from third. An RBI for Brendan Perez as he'll take off for second and retreat quickly back to first base, seeing the throw in from Walden. So Perez with the RBI single will put the Trappers into double digits on the day. Makes it 10-6 as it will bring up Colin Adams. Adams will bat with a runner at first base, and Brendan Perez after the RBI single. 1 run apiece for both sides here in the 6th inning. First pitch swinging for strike 1. Adams is 1 for 2 today with a single in the first, was hit by a pitch in the third, and struck out swinging in inning number 4. Swing and a miss for strike number 2 as Adams, after his first couple of at-bats, swings not looking great, trying to use power instead of accuracy. We'll have to shorten up with 2 strikes. 0-2 is fouled off on the hit and run as Perez was taking off for second base. Count will remain 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Runner at first base and Perez. Time called as Beaver will come out and stand pretty much in front of home plate on the right side. And 0-2 with the Trappers leading 10-6. Swung on and missed for strike number 3, so that will go for out number 2 as Adams will strike out for the second time tonight. Yancey, who's been having a decent game so far, started off his night flying out to right field that ended the Trapper first. After that, walked in the 3rd inning that scored a run, and then had a 2 RBI double in the 4th. Yancey having himself a good day so far. First pitch swung on and missed for strike number 1 against Jaden Tomas. Tomas, the reliever, has not had many innings and has not had a long relief. But no action in the Pioneer bullpen shows that the Pios are confident with Tomas on the bump. 0-1 fly ball down the right field line will hook foul and out of play for strike 2. So now an 0-2 count. Runner at first. On the windup and deal, and a fly ball down the left field line hooks foul and lands into the Pioneer bullpen. Count stays 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Waiting on the pitch as Yancey's trying to extend the inning. 10-6, Trappers in front, bottom of the 6th, as a fly ball is hit to left field. That one's deep, and that will hop the wall. Rounding second and heading for third is Brendan Perez. He'll get the green light from Coach Jamie. It's another double for Yancey. No throw home, as that will be an RBI double. Brendan Perez using everything in the tank to get from first to home. That will make it 11-6 as the Trappers have put up another 2-spot, their 3rd 2-run inning, and we'll have another one here in the 6th. So after another Cole Yancey RBI double, it will bring up Garrett Hill. Yancey's second double of the ballgame. And it's also the second time that Brendan Perez has scored off a Cole Yancey RBI double. Either way, the new batter is now Garrett Hill, and it's his turn to grab a bat as the first pitch will be taken high and inside for ball one. Hill is 1 for 3, grounded out to the second baseman in the second, singled in the third, and flew out to left in the fourth. (11-6) the new score as a foul ball will head into the Welcome to Hyde Stadium sign and roll back out onto the field. Or coming out of the dugout to field it cleanly is Caden Cardoso asking for applause. Ball and a strike, 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. As now a football from the kids section down the right field line rolls onto the field as a fly ball's hit to center field. Reaching up and making the catch is Ponder, the center fielder, as that will end the 6th inning. Another RBI double for Cole Yancey. Drives home yet another run as we're through 6 complete innings. The fly out to center field by Garrett Hill will recap the inning at 2 runs, both of them earned against Jaden Tomas off 3 base hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. Through 6, it's Pierre 11 and Western Nebraska 6. We'll be back for the top of the 7th with English, Walden, and Mazzaferro due up. Trappers fans, summer is here. Get your boat back in shape with a visit to Dano's Marine. Dano's Marine will get you back out on the water this summer with excellent service and years of experience. Give them a call at 605-224-6612 or visit them at 320 St. Charles Street in Pierre. Any water, any problem, Dano's Marine. Join the Shell's loyalty program and never pay full price for gas again. Shell's loyalty members also get monthly specials for increased savings. Shell's doesn't just fill up your tank, but it also fills up your stomach with a variety of food and drinks. Become a loyalty club member today by visiting Shell's at 621 Sioux Avenue or give them a call at 605-224-6266. A new pitcher for the Trappers entering the 7th inning, as it will be the first pitching change for the Trappers today, as it will be Jared Shelton out of the University of the Cumberlands. Last appeared 2 days ago against the Spearfish Sasquatch, pitched 1 complete inning, only allowed 1 hit, and he did not come around to score. Is currently the team leader in strikeouts of active players with 39 strikeouts. As for Western Nebraska, it will be Jake English leading things off. So the first pitch to English will miss upstairs for ball 1. English today is 1 for 2 with a single in the first, a walk in the third, and a fly out to right in inning number 5. 1-0 pitch will miss low. So 1 upstairs, 1 downstairs. Going to need to find that floor right in the middle. 2-0. Trappers do have a 5-run lead to work with. Top of the 7th, the pitch from Shelton will catch the inside part of the zone for strike 1. Two balls, 1 strike, nobody out. To the leadoff batter at the top of the 7th. Ball will miss low for ball 3. Only 3 days left in the month of July. 3 balls, 1 strike as that pitch will catch the low part of the zone for strike 2. Count will go full to Jake English. And then the month of August hits. And the month of August, at least for the guys on the field right now, means the start of something new. It means the end of this season and the start of another. 3-2 fly ball to right field after it, and it will drop in front of Jacob Griffin for a leadoff single. So Shelton letting up the base hit that will bring up JT Walden. Give an update from around the Expedition League scoreboard in just a moment as Walden steps into the batter's box. Tight ball game in Dickinson. The Tommyknockers and Big Sticks tied at 2 in a big series. The Tommyknockers are going to need to start winning some ball games if they want to have a realistic shot at the playoffs in their inaugural season, as the pitch will be fouled back into the screen for strike 1. Bottom of the 5th, the Casper Horseheads lead the Canyon County Spuds 6-5. Bottom of the 5th in Casper, home of the 2021 All-Star Game that took place. The Clark division coming out on top 5-3. Top of the 5th in Spearfish, the Sunfish lead the Sasquatch 11-5. 0-1 on a pop fly down the left field line, as that one will drop for a base hit. So back-to-back singles for the Pioneers. English and Walden both single and will play station to station as English makes it to second base safely. So it'll now bring up Mazzaferro. Mazzaferro, 1 for 3 on the day, fouled out to first base, doubled and struck out looking on his line. (11-6), Pierre in front. First pitch, called a strike on the outside part of the plate. Mazzaferro disagrees and will look back to Beaver to talk about it. Current line score for the Pioneers, 6 runs on 9 hits, 1 error. For the Trappers, 11 runs on 13 hits, 2 errors for Pierre. And 0-1, wind is starting to blow from left to right. On a fly ball hit to center field, Kim underneath that one will reach back and make the catch. Both runners will stay where they are as the throw into the shortstop will keep the runners where they are for the first out of the inning on the fly out to center by Jared Mazzaferro. So after Mazzaferro out, it will bring up Jonathan Simrot. Also goes by John, but full name Jonathan, as he's 1 for 3. Doubled in the first that scored 2 runs, then fouled out to the third baseman in the third, struck out looking to begin inning number 6. First pitch to Simrot on a line drive towards right field, as that will drop for a base hit and pop off the glove of Griffin. Rounding third and coming home is Jake English and is in to score. So officially rule that a base hit for Jonathan Simrot that advances English to third base. However, an error by the right fielder will push English into score. As it will now be Ponder, the beer batter, who is 0 for 2. Shows bunt on what's called a fair ball that rolls back. Excuse me, so instead, it will be a pass ball. So the pass ball will advance Simrot into scoring position with an 0-1 count on Ponder. Rutz on deck, the 0-1 on the way. Will miss high and tight for ball one. One run has already come across to score for the Pios this inning, make it a 7-11 ball game. As the Pios have cut their deficit to 4 once more, a ground ball over to Brennan Perez. Perez will step on first himself for the out, but it is an RBI. Ground out is in to score is JT Walden. So it'll now bring up Kellen Rutz. (11-8) the new score as the Pioneers have put up a 2 spot. It's their first multi-run inning since all the way back in the third, as Rutz will look to extend the frame with a runner at third base. First pitch will miss for ball one. One 0 on the way. We'll catch the strike zone outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away in the top of the 7th. Trappers come back to Pierre with one less member of their team than they played in Spearfish with Nicholas Strong heading back to Fairfield, California. 1-1 will miss high and away for ball 2. So the Trappers will be without the help of the San Joaquin Delta College member Nicholas Strong for the remainder of the season. With 11 games remaining for the Trappers, 2-1 on the way. Swung on and fell back into the screen for strike 2. And you can really tell that the season is winding down because the Trappers only have one more road trip left this season. This weekend, they'll head back to Nebraska for only the second time this season to take on the Fremont Moo. 2-2 pitch will miss low for ball 3. Count will go full. Payoff pitch coming from Jared Shelton on the way. Swung on and missed on a pitch in the dirt. Tagged out by Brock Reinhardt. It's a strikeout that will end the inning. 11-8. The score as we head to the 7th inning stretch. So strikeout number 1 for Jared Shelton, tagged out on the 2 unassisted. 2 runs will score. Both of them earned against Jared Shelton. Off 3 base hits, 1 error committed by the Trappers, and 1 runner left on base. A 2 spot makes it 11-8 as we head to the 7th inning stretch.
When it comes to clothing in the capital area, Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry have you covered. Speedway Laundry offers the fastest way to clean clothes, with free Wi-Fi offered while you wait. Next door, family-owned and operated Total Beauty has a constantly changing inventory of top quality clothing. Check out the newest lines in clothing by giving Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry a visit at 111 First Street in Fort Pierre.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. The place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories with family, friends, and your community is just a way of life. Yes, in times like these, it's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
Brock Reinhardt will lead things off as Jaden Tomas still on the mound as we're set to begin inning number 7 for Pierre. Time will be called almost instantly as English comes out to talk to Tomas. The one new fact, there is now action in the Western Nebraska bullpen. So Reinhardt today is 1 for 3 with a ground out to the pitcher in the second, doubled in the third, and struck out swinging in the fifth. Now we're ready for the first pitch at the bottom of the 7th, and the first pitch post 7th inning stretch on its way. Pitch will miss high, ball 1. A 1-0 count, 11-8. Trappers in front. Let up a 2 spot in the top of the 7th. Called strike will even the count to a ball and a strike. Trappers have only had 1 inning in which the Pioneers scored and they did not totally match that amount from the top half of the inning. Foul ball will push the count to 1-2. That was all the way back in the first. A 3-run inning for the Pios in the first was countered by a 2-run inning for the Trappers, and it's the only time that the Trappers have been outscored by the Pioneers in an inning. 23 combined base hits, both teams in the double digits. 1-2 will kick away for ball 2. Evens the count, 2 each. Good crowd tonight from Hyde Stadium, barely under 500 spectators at 486 who decided to come out on a 102-degree day from the capital of South Dakota and watch a ball game. Line drive hit to center field that will drop for a leadoff single for Brock Reinhardt, 14th base hit of the ball game for the Trappers. So Spencer Weston will be the next to grab a bat after the leadoff single by Brock Reinhardt. And I have a correction at the end of the previous inning. I said 2 runs for the Pioneers, and both of them were earned. Only one of those 2 runs earned as a line drive hit to left field. That will drop for a base hit. That will be extra bases as it rolls all the way to the wall. Brock Reinhardt at third, and will stop at third, getting the red light. It will be a double that puts runners at second and third base. Another double for the Trappers. They've been hitting doubles all game. Time will be called and a mound visit on the mound to talk to Jaden Tomas, and this could be his final inning of work, and it will be a pitching change coming up for the Western Nebraska Pioneers. So a new pitcher will come in just a moment. Tomas will give up the baseball and head back to the dugout. We'll take a short break, letting the new pitcher for the Pioneers warm up, and we'll get you caught up on his statistics when we come back.
Hey, it's the old top Gator here with Gators Pizza, Pasta, Subs in the Northridge Plaza. Gators is known for top quality food. Now you can have our food selections delivered right to your front door using DoorDash. That's right, now you have 4 ways that you can get great Gators food: dine in, carry out, curbside pickup, and now delivery through DoorDash. Gators has been serving the Pierre area and now Trappers baseball fans since 1987. Gators, Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza.
Dano's Marine is a proud partner of Pierre Trappers Baseball. Located at 320 St. Charles Street, Dano's provides service on your boat to get you back out on the water in the dog days of summer. Give them a call at 605-224-6612. That's Dano's Marine at 605-224-6612. Any water, any problem, Dano's Marine. Ryan Reynolds will take the mound for the Western Nebraska Pioneers in a call to the bullpen. Reynolds, out of Cal State Bakersfield, last appeared on the 26th against the Sunfish. Pitched 2 innings, allowed 2 hits, no runs, walking 2, striking out 1. Carries a 7.44 ERA into this game against the Trappers. Did pitch against the Trappers earlier this season in the Pios' last visit to Hyde Stadium. So Reynolds will take over on the mound, and the first batter he'll have to take on is the top of the order for the Trappers and Andrew Kim. So Reynolds steps onto the back of the mound and gets ready for his appearance against the Trappers. Writes something in the dirt behind the mound before climbing the hill to take on Andrew Kim. Runners will be at second and third for the Trappers. To take on Andrew Kim, Ryan Reynolds' first pitch. Wind up and deal on a pitch that will miss low, a fastball for ball 1. Bottom of the 7th, still nobody out. Again, runners at second and third for the Trappers. The pitch by Reynolds on the way, fouled back into the screen, 1 ball, 1 strike. A single and a double in that order by Reinhardt and Weston to lead off the bottom of the 7th. Trappers trying to continue that reputation of every inning past the first. They've either outscored or tied the Pios in an inning. Pios have put up 2 in the top half of this inning as a big swing and a miss over top of the baseball will go for strike 2. So 1-2. Runners at second and third. Putting his foot back on the rubber is Ryan Reynolds. Jaden Tomas still responsible for the 2 runners aboard as the 1-2 will miss high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Update from around the Expedition League scoreboard. Bottom of the 9th, still a tied ball game in Dickinson between the Tommyknockers and the Big Sticks. Top of the 6th, Horseheads lead the Spuds 6-5. 2-2 swung on and missed for strike number 3 and out number 1. So the first batter that Reynolds faces in Andrew Kim will go down on strikes, as it will now bring up Richie Williams. Williams 2 for 4, reached on a fielder's choice, singled in the 3rd. Struck out in the 4th and singled in the 6th. Later came around to score 3 times. So has 3 runs of the 11 put on the Trappers scoreboard as the sun has gone down here. 9:30 the local time as a pitch will miss for ball 1. We have reached the peak point of the summer in most daylight. Now from now until December 20th, which is the winter solstice, as a swing and a miss for strike number 1. The days will get shorter and shorter here in Pierre. Longest day of the year was June 20th, which was the summer solstice. 1-1 on the way. We'll catch the inside part of the strike zone for strike 2.
Half-price hot dogs and burgers until we run out. Burgers or boogers? Kids. I can do that.
On a pitch that will miss, evens the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Half-price hot dogs and burgers until they run out. Going up to the concession stand, get you one. Nice cold drink. It is hot.
So a 2-2 on the way. Big swing and a miss for strike number 3 as Williams will strike out. 2 straight strikeout victims for Ryan Reynolds. Now only an out away from getting out of the inning.
That brings up your right fielder, number 24, Jacob Griffin.
So Jacob Griffin will try to push in at least 1 run and try to avoid the Trappers leaving a runner at third base with nobody out. Pair of strikeouts have left the 2 runners aboard stranded at their respective bases. First pitch from Reynolds. Line drive, that's going to be a base hit into the gap in left center field. In to score is both Reinhardt and Weston easily. Trying to head to second base. Taking a turn for third, but will back up. Griffin retreats back to second base, sliding back in the opposite direction with a double. So Jacob Griffin with a 2 RBI double that will push the lead back up to 5. And yet again, the Trappers have either matched or taken the lead in an inning after the Pios scored 2. In the top half, the Trappers respond with 2 in the bottom half. In to score on the play, Brock Reinhardt from third and Spencer Weston from second. Look back over at second base, a high kick and deal on a big swing and a miss for strike 1. Two runs score with a double hit by Jacob Griffin, the 0-1. A look back over at second base to check on Griffin by Reynolds. 0-1 will hit the helmet of Brendan Perez. So the hit by pitch will put 2 runners on, and that's why you wear helmets, kids. That one hit directly on the top of Perez's helmet. He seemed more confused than anything when it happened and took the trip down to first base. Runners will be at first and second now for Colin Adams. First pitch swung on and missed by Adams for strike 1. Is going to try to avoid striking out for 3 consecutive times. His last 2 at-bats were both strikeouts swinging, and both were against Jaden Tomas. This is his first appearance against Ryan Reynolds. 0-1 stands up straight yet again. A look over at second base. Look to the plate, back to second. The pitch on the 0-1 will be called a strike outside for strike 2. An 0-2 count to Colin Adams. Should Adams extend the inning, Cole Yancey stands on deck. 16 base hits for the Trappers will match their season high. 0-2 will miss high for ball 1. Trappers had 16 base hits earlier in the season against the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks in a 7-3 victory back on July 18th. They've now matched their season high in base hits. Check back over to second base. Reynolds will kick and fire on the 1-2 on a pitch that's called strike 3, and it was a reluctant strike 3 call by Matt Beaver, as that will end the bottom of the 7th inning. Adams strikes out for the 3rd consecutive time, and it's the third strikeout by Ryan Reynolds. 2 runs will score for the Trappers, both of them earned off 3 base hits, no errors committed by the Pioneers, and 2 runners left on base. A 2 spot in the 7th, we're through 7 complete. It's the Trappers 13 and the Pioneers 8.
Hey, it's the old top Gator here with Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the North Ridge Plaza. Gators is known for top quality food, and now you can have our food selections delivered right to your front door using DoorDash. That's right, now you have 4 ways that you can get great Gators food: dine in, carry out, curbside pickup, and now delivery through DoorDash. Gators has been serving the Pierre area and now Trappers baseball fans since 1987. Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the North Ridge Plaza.
Dan-O's Marine is a proud partner of Pierre Trappers Baseball. Located at 320 St. Charles Street, Dan-O's provides service on your boat to get you back out on the water in the dog days of summer. Give them a call at 605-224-6612. That's Dan-O's Marine at 605-224-6612. Any water, any problem, Dan-O's Marine. Wow, Shell's Quick Stop is the place to go for a variety of food, drinks, fishing tackle, and more. Hungry? Come on down for breakfast pizza, burritos, biscuits and gravy, soup, salad, and wraps. Thirsty? Try their hot and cold espresso drinks, lattes, frappuccinos, and milkshakes from the drive-up window. Heading down to the water? Stop by to pick up minnows, crawlers, and leeches to secure the big bites. All of it's down at Shell's at 621 West Sioux Avenue. Antonio Nanez will lead things off for the Pios here in the top of the 8th inning. A 5-run deficit against the Trappers for Nanez. Jared Shelton returns to the mound for his second inning of work and his second full inning, excuse me. Pitch will miss for ball 1. So 13-8 the score on a 1-0 call to strike. Will put the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. Jared Shelton in relief of Adrian Lopez. The starting pitcher Lopez ended up pitching 6 complete innings, allowed 7 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned on a fly ball back into the screen for strike 2. Lopez also walked 4 batters, striking out 3. A big swing and a miss by Antonio Nanez will be the second strikeout for Jared Shelton today. So at the top of the order will come back up and Eric Smelko after Nanez goes down swinging. Smelko today is 1 for 4. A couple of flyouts to center, a fielder's choice, and a single as that pitch will fall in for a strike. The breaking ball by Jared Shelton. 13-8 in the runs column, 16-10 in the hits column, and 3-1 in the errors column. All in favor of Pierre. Pitch will miss for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. So a 1-1 pitch. Shelton kicks and fires on a ground ball heading over to second base. bobbling it is Weston. Weston will fire onto first base in time for the out anyway, so a 4-3 ground out will go for out number 2. 2 away will bring up Alex Zerfus. Zerfus having an 0 for 3 day today. That will sink his batting average down from where it was at 333. Unless Zerfus can get at least a couple more at bats, including this one here, would need a base hit. First pitch from Shelton to Zerfus will be a called strike for strike number 1. Top of the 8th inning. Due up in the bottom half of the 8th will be Yancey, Hill, and Reinhardt. Wind up and deal by Shelton will run inside, and that will be a hit by pitch. Zerfus sends the bat back into the dugout as he'll take it. It's the second time Zerfus has been hit by a pitch tonight. But it will get a runner on for the Pioneers. So English having a 2 for 3 day, a single in the 1st and 7th. Those are the bread sandwiching the walk and fly out to right field. First pitch high, ball 1. Taking a look at elsewhere around the Expedition League, a few more scores, and a couple of them have gone final. Top of the 10th in Dickinson, still 2-2 between the Tommyknockers and Big Six. Called strike will even the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. Bottom of the 6th, Horseheads lead the Spuds 6-5. Top of the 6th, Sunfish lead the Sasquatch set 11-7. Final scores from Duncan Field. The Fremont Moo defeat the Hastings Sodbusters 7-5 as the 1-1 will miss high. 2 balls and 1 strike to the batter in Jake English. Runner at first base in Alex Zerfus. And a final score from Kraft Field as the Souris Valley Saberdogs defeat the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks 10-4. 2-1 ground ball back up to the second baseman. Weston fires onto first base in time for the out, and that will end the top half of the 8th inning off a 4-3 ground out hit into by Jake English. Only 1 runner gets aboard via the hit by pitch. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a runner left on base. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Potential final chance for the Trappers to add some runs. 13-8. Trappers in front, middle 8.
Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry are your homes for everything clothing in the capital area. Since 2010, Total Beauty has offered great customer service and competitive prices. Next door at Speedway Laundry, they have you covered for a fast, convenient way to wash and dry your clothes and other household items, including king-size comforters. Visit them at 111 First Street in Fort Pierre.
You don't need an illness to need a doctor. You don't need to feel sick to feel better. You don't need to be unwell to get well. What you do need is a primary care provider at Sanford Health. Better healthcare starts with regular wellness visits and a familiar face who knows you, your concerns, and your goals. We're here before you need us. We're here when you need us. We're here after you need us. We're here for you. Find your primary care provider at sanfordhealth.org today.
Back for the bottom of the 8th, as it will be Cole Yancey leading things off, is 2 for 3 with a pair of doubles. So back out onto the mound is Ryan Reynolds after pitching through 2/3 of an inning in the previous frame. Excuse me. All 3 outs last inning were under Reynolds' watch, as that first pitch will be called a strike and 0-1 count to Cole Yancey. Oh, 1 pitch. On the way is Reynolds, toes rubber, kick and fire on a ground ball, heading over to the shortstop. Will be dropped by the shortstop, having trouble, and Yancey will reach. It will be an error on the shortstop. So the Trappers shortstop will reach via an error by his position. So Garrett Hill steps up to the batter's box. Nobody out, runner at first base. So Garrett Hill steps into the batter's box. First pitch by Reynolds will miss low for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes. Reynolds a check over back at first base to look at Cole Yancey. The 1-0 on the way will kick high for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. Bottom of the 8th inning. On another pitch that will miss for ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. As Reynolds trying to get a scoreless frame to give his team the best chance at a comeback in the top of the 9th. Trappers going to look for a 3-game home winning streak, as they defeated the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks in a 2-game series. As the pitch will be another ball, 4 straight for a walk. So for Reynolds, it's his first walk surrendered as Yancey will get into scoring position. It'll bring up Brock Reinhardt with nobody out and 2 aboard. Wind up and pitch will miss low for ball 1. So Reinhardt looking for his 3rd base hit of the day. He already has a single and a double on his line. He starts his at-bat with an 0-1 count. Make it a 1-1 count as the second pitch of the at-bat is a called strike down the heart of the plate. A reminder that these 2 teams will return here to Hyde Stadium for a doubleheader tomorrow. First pitch of Game 1 is scheduled for 5:35, with the second game starting about half an hour after the conclusion of Game 1, as a pitch will go high for ball 2. And a reminder that double headers in the Expedition League are 2 7-inning games, not 2 9-inning games. You can tune into both of those games on both the Pure Trappers YouTube and Mixler live streams. 2-1 on a chopper over to the third base side. It will be a fair ball. No, foul ball, excuse me. So, excuse me, I saw that completely wrong, as that was just a fly ball out to the third baseman in Nanes. So Reinhardt flies out to the third baseman as it will bring up Spencer Weston. Weston is 1 for 4 today, struck out in the second, grounded out to third base, in the 3rd inning, lined out to the third baseman in the 5th, and doubled in inning number 7. Will foul one off for strike 1. 13-8, Pierre still in front, trying to add a couple more insurance runs to seal the deal. Oh, one on the way, will kick in the dirt, and that one gets away, and on the wild pitch, both runners will advance 90 feet. So Yancey gets over to third. It's only the second time tonight that Yancey has made it to third base safely, despite getting aboard 4 times. Infield is playing in on the shift on Spencer Weston with one away. One. Pitch will miss outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. 13-8, Pierre in front of Western Nebraska, trying to take down the first half champions for the first time since the first weekend of the season. In Game 5 between these two teams, Western Nebraska leads the season series 3-1. The 2-1 will miss low and away for ball 3. A hitter's count to Spencer Weston, 3 balls and 1 strike. A walk would load up the bases for Andrew Kim. A 3-1 pitch will miss low for ball 4, and that will indeed load the bases. So the walk will load up the bases for Andrew Kim. Kim today is 2 for 5. Weston's walk only the second allowed by Reynolds tonight. First pitch will miss for ball 1. Reynolds coming in for relief of Jaden Tomas, who pitched most of the innings today for the Pios. 1-0 to Kim with the bases loaded, swung on and chopped into left center field. That will drop for a base hit. Into score is Cole Yancey. Stopping at third as the Trappers will play station to station is Garrett Hill off the RBI single for Andrew Kim. So advancing to second is Spencer Weston on the play. Getting to third is Garrett Hill, and into score is Cole Yancey. So Richie Williams will step into the batter's box, make it a 14-8 lead. So Williams will get an at-bat with the bases also loaded for his at-bat. Williams today is 2 for 5 with a pair of strikeouts and a pair of singles as a pitch will miss low and away for ball 1. There is action going in the Western Nebraska bullpen in the event that Ryan Reynolds cannot finish this inning, or at least is allowing too many runs to be allowed to finish the inning by the Western Nebraska coaches. 1-0, a big swing and a miss will even the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. The base hit by Andrew Kim is the 17th base hit for the Trappers tonight, which is a new season high for the Trappers in their 53rd game of the season. 1-1 pitch will miss high for ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike, bases remain loaded. On the way, pitch will go high for ball 3. So still a hitter's count. 3 balls, 1 strike, and an update from the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games, Caleb Dressel of the United States winning gold in swimming for the men's 100-meter freestyle. As that pitch will miss for ball 4, and it was a balk, excuse me. A balk, excuse me, a walk. Bit of confusion there as I heard our official scorers say walk and it sounded like balk, but it was in fact a walk. So it is a walk that will drive home another run, excuse me. It's late, it's past my bedtime. So that drives home yet another run as there will be a mound visit. Reynolds will remain in the game as it's now a 7-run lead for the Trappers, 15-8. But the walk will bring up Jacob Griffin. It's the third walk surrendered tonight by Ryan Reynolds, as advancing to second base on the play is Andrew Kim. Getting to third is Spencer Weston. In to score is Garrett Hill. Bases will remain loaded for the native of Cave Creek, Arizona. Wind up and deal on the way. A high fly ball to left field, hooking foul, and will drop in foul territory for strike 1. So it will be an 0-1 count for Jacob Griffin. On the way, will miss outside for ball 1. As Reynolds struggling to get out number 2 of the bottom of the 8th. Bases will remain loaded for Pierre. A total of 3 gold medals tonight for the United States have pushed them into a tie at the top of the Olympic medal table, as a swing and a miss for strike number 2. So a ball and 2 strikes. We'll have Williams at first, Kim at second, and Weston at third. Check over and a wind-up and pitch by Reynolds. Swung on and missed for strike number 3. Foul tip. We'll keep the count at 1-2. The United States, China, and Japan all tied with 13 gold medals apiece, but the United States pulling away with the total medal count with 35 medals. The next closest country is China with 28. 1-2 will miss low for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Amen, 2-2, bases remain loaded with 1 out. On the way from Reynolds, pitch will be called for strike number 3. An enthusiastic strike 3 call by the home plate umpire and Matt Beaver, as Griffin will be sat down on strikes. It's the 4th strikeout for Ryan Reynolds tonight, as it will now bring up Brendan Perez. So Perez tonight, 2 for 4 with a 2-run home run and RBI single. Reached on an error, was hit by a pitch and flew out. First pitch to Perez will miss upstairs for ball number 1. So a ball and no strikes. Pitch will kick up some dirt as it misses downstairs by Reynolds. 2 balls, no strikes. There's still action going in that Pioneer bullpen down the left field line. Again, the 17 base hits tonight for the Trappers, a new season high, breaking their record from exactly 10 days ago in Grand Forks. 2-0 pitch on the way will miss well outside for ball 3. Expect the red light to be on for Brendan Perez with the bases loaded with a 3-0 count and 2 outs in the inning. Reynolds, the second pitcher, called strike, will push the count to 3-1. Reynolds, the second pitcher in relief after Mulva pitched 2 1/3. His relief pitcher in Jaden Tomas pitched 3 2/3, allowed 7 hits, 6 runs, 4 of them earned. Did not allow a walk, striking out 4 batters in the process on his night. 3-1 will miss high for ball 4, and that will walk home another run. And now for the first time since opening day, Jared Shelton will step into the batter's box to take an at-bat. He's hitting for himself and will take out the designated hitter spot. Now time will be called as there will be a pitching change. Ryan Reynolds taken out. But Jared Shelton puts on a show in batting practice. Just often doesn't get the opportunity to bat. He got it on opening day when the Trappers were a tad short-handed. Hasn't had an opportunity since, and as we reach the end of the season, the Trappers are short-handed yet again. So a pitching change will be coming for the Pioneers. We'll take a short break and allow him to warm up. We'll be back with his statistics in just a moment. Join the Shell's loyalty program and never pay full price for gas again. Shell's loyalty members also get monthly specials for increased savings. Shell's doesn't just fill up your tank, but it also fills up your stomach with a variety of food and drinks. Become a loyalty club member today by visiting Shell's at 621 Sioux Avenue or give them a call at 605-224-6266. So stepping up will be Jared Shelton to take on Casey Candiotti. Shelton has not had an at-bat since opening day. Candiotti, with a 2-3 record, will step up in his 12th game of the season with a 6.61 ERA, will inherit the bases loaded. Shelton went 0 for 3, striking out once. Other than that, a pair of groundouts on his line. Against the Hastings Sodbusters back on May 25th, first pitch a fastball taken high and tight for ball 1. So Shelton, the pitcher, was the designated hitter the last time he took an at-bat. Pitch will miss for ball 2 and has a chance in his 4th at-bat of the season to have the first grand slam at the Trappers season. He has a lot of power behind his bat. If he can barrel one up, it's likely leaving the yard. 2-0, a half-hearted swing. Going to be called a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Bases will remain loaded for Pierre. 2-1 count will miss high. Shelton doing a good job of laying off pitches, although it's only his 4th at-bat of the season and his first in 2 months. Showing a lot of discipline by holding back on balls. Shelton, the 9th batter to come up this inning, the 3-1. Hammered into right field. That one is deep towards the track. And Jared Shelton, grand slam. The first grand slam of the season belongs to Jared Big Daddy Shelton. And in his 4th at-bat of the season, his first base hit will hit the grand salami. The Trappers now lead 20-8. He is fired up with his teammates and Casey Candiotti. In the first batter that he faces, Shelton will launch out of the yard, and he is fired up. And not only that, but Jared Shelton will have an opportunity for a save in the top of the 9th inning. And there was a moment this season where I thought the Trappers would not hit a grand slam. Jared Shelton proving me wrong. 20-8 the new score. And after all of that, it will bring up Cole Yancey for his 2nd at-bat of the inning. He takes the first pitch for a ball against Candiotti. What a tough act to follow. You have to feel for Yancey to follow up that performance by Shelton. Maybe he could get his first of the season as well. 1-0. Two balls, no strikes. As the Trappers have put up a 20 spot, and that is the first time the Trappers have put up 20 runs this season. So a 3-0 count. It was a deep fly ball to right field as Shelton put one out of the yard. It will be a 3-1 count to Cole Yancey. Pitch will miss for a ball, and Candiotti struggling to get outs. Coming in to score off that grand slam was Andrew Kim from 3rd, Richie Williams from 2nd, and Brendan Perez from 1st. And against the first half division champions, the Trappers, blowing out the Pioneers 20-8, as it will now bring up Garrett Hill. First pitch to Hill will be called a strike. 0-1 pitch with a runner back at first base. Trappers trying to reload the bases, seeing if they could have some deja vu in the same inning. It's been a 7 spot here in the 8th. A big swing and a miss will go for strike 2. Still 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. So it turns out that the 5-hole did end up hitting a home run. It wasn't Colin Adams, but instead the pitcher in Jared Shelton. 1-2 as a pitch will run high and tight. One-two on the way, fouled back, heading back over the press box for strike number 2. Thuds off the top and will roll back out onto Ree Street. So now a 1-2 count to Hill will run high and tight for ball number 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So it will be a 2-2 count, wind up and deal on a pitch that will go high for ball 3. Count will now go full to Garrett Hill with 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th. (3-2) with a payoff pitch on the way to Garrett Hill. Runner goes on a pitch that will go high for ball 4. So Garrett Hill will draw the walk, and Candiotti's line today has featured a grand slam and then a pair of walks immediately following. So it will bring up Brock Reinhardt for his second at-bat of the ballgame. Reinhardt today is 2 for 5. Grounded out to the pitcher in the second, doubled in the third, struck out swinging in the 5th, singled in the 7th, and flew out to the third baseman this inning. First pitch is in there for a called strike. (20 hits, 20 runs, 18 hits, both are season highs for the Trappers. Now the 0-1 from Candiotti will miss high and outside for ball number 1, and the Western Nebraska Pioneers now just begging for this game to be over and head back to their hotel, looking forward for a doubleheader tomorrow. So a ball and a strike. Hill at first, Yancey at second. 1-1 on the way will miss high and outside for ball 2. So a 2-1, 7 spot here in the inning, a called strike, as now the Pioneers thankful they're just a strike away from getting out of the inning. But this is the 5th batter to come up with 2 outs in the inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes, Candiotti trying to get out of it. On the way, fouled back. As Ryan Reynolds, the previous pitcher in an inning and 2/3, allowed 2 hits, 6 runs. Only one of them was earned, however. 4 walks and 4 strikeouts. (2-2) pitch will miss high as the count will run full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. To Brock Reinhardt with Spencer Weston standing on deck. 20-8, the new score here in the bottom of the 8th. 3-2, swung on and missed, and that will end the inning. Reinhardt frustrated, but you can't be that frustrated after a 7-run inning. Trappers will leave 2 runners aboard off the first strikeout by Candiotti on the game. So 7 runs will come across for the Pierre Trappers, off the back of just 2 base hits and 1 error committed by the Western Nebraska Pioneers. Trappers leave 2 runners on base as we head to the top of the 9th inning, where Jared Shelton will look for the save, as it will be his 3rd inning of work. 20-8 when we come back for the 9th.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories with family, friends, and your community is just a way of life. Yes, in times like these, it's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
Hey, it's the old top Gator here with Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza. Gators is known for top quality food. Now you can have our food selections delivered right to your front door using DoorDash. That's right, now you have 4 ways that you can get great Gators food: dine in, carry out, curbside pickup, and now delivery through DoorDash. Gators has been serving the Pierre area and now Trappers baseball fans since 1987. Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza.
top of the ninth inning as Jared Shelton has had quite a few accolades so far today. Trying to add one more. Has struck out 2 batters so far. And leading things off for the Western Nebraska Pioneers will be JT Walden. Now to add on top of that, Jared Shelton, after hitting the 4-run grand slam and the first grand slam of the Trappers season, will have a chance for the save in his 3rd inning of work. First pitch will miss inside, ball 1. Now the rules state that a save is to be given to a pitcher who's entering the 8th or 9th inning with a 3-run lead. But if you pitch 3 innings or more to end the ball game in relief, as a pitch will go high for ball 2, that is also a statistical save. Shelton has earned 1 save of that sort earlier this season and will look for a second, but he has a 2-0 count to JT Walden. 2-0 on the way for a called strike. And I was talking about it between innings, but the last time that the Trappers had batted around was back in their doubleheader against the Hastings Sodbusters when they did it in the 1st inning of Game 2. Nothing since then. They've now done it twice in this one game. Pitch will miss high for ball 3. So a 3-1 pitch on the way, swung on and missed, and a pitch that went low for strike 2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch on the way. Chopped into right field. Kim chasing after it will reach up to make the catch for the first out of the inning. And the Trappers 2 outs away from their 3rd consecutive win at Hyde Stadium, as it will bring up Mazzaferro. So the fly out to center field by JT Walden will bring up the 1-for-4 Jared Mazzaferro. Flew out to first base in foul territory in the 1st, doubled in the 3rd, struck out looking in the 5th, and flew out to center in the 7th. So it's batted in every odd-numbered inning, including here in the 9th. First pitch swung on and missed for strike 1 from Shelton. Oh, 1 on the way. Pitch will be called strike 2 at the knees. Again, Trappers just 2 outs away from victory here at Hyde Stadium as they lead the Western Nebraska Pioneers by 12. 0-2, pitch will miss high. A ball and 2 strikes here in the top of the 9th. Trappers 20 and the Pioneers 8. That game between the Tommyknockers and Big Sticks has also gone final, as that pitch will miss low, evening the count to 2 balls, 2 strikes. In 10 innings, the Mining City Tommyknockers defeat the Badlands Big Sticks 4-2 in a game that was really close to a must-win for the Tommyknockers, as they're in a playoff race with the Big Sticks to meet up against the Saber Dogs in the Lewis Division playoffs. 2-2 on the way. Shelton kicks and fires on a pitch that goes outside for ball 3. So the count will go full with 1 away here in the top of the 9th. And now a payoff pitch from Jared Shelton to Jared Mazzaferro. The battle of the Jareds will go to Jared Shelton off a called strike 3, and the Trappers just an out away. 3rd strikeout for Jared Shelton tonight. He's just the 2nd pitcher to pitch for the Trappers after he came in relief in the 7th inning for Adrian Lopez. as it will bring up Jonathan Simrot. Simrot represents the final out that the Trappers need to win the ballgame. First pitch will bounce well in front of the plate in the dirt for ball one. We are 3 hours and 20 minutes into today's ballgame, and we'll come back to play 2 tomorrow. One-0 pitch will run inside, and that's going to be a hit by pitch as Simrot takes the jog down to first base. So a hit by pitch will bring up John Ponder. 0 for 3 with a foul out to first base, a line out to the shortstop, a walk, and a ground out to the first baseman unassisted. Was announced as the beer batter tonight, but 0 strikeouts so far on this line. Pioneers still down to their final out. Pitch will miss low for ball one. So a 1-0 count to John Ponder. 1-0 pitch on the way from Shelton will be called strike one. A reminder that you can tune into tomorrow's doubleheader between the Pioneers and the Trappers. First pitch for game one scheduled for 5:35, with game two starting about 20 to 30 minutes after the completion of game one, with both games being 7 innings. 1-1 chopped foul, and the Pioneers now down to their final strike.
Come on, Trapper fans, let's hear it. Get up for your team.
1-2 count. Shelton trying to complete the rare combination of a grand slam and a save in the same game. Pitch will miss outside for ball two. Wind up and pitch, swung on and missed for strike number 3, and that will end the ball game. So the final score is the Trappers 20 and the Western Nebraska Pioneers 8. As Adrian Lopez on the mound will get the victory.
And a grand slam by Jared Big Daddy Shelton.
So Adrian Lopez gets the win as the starting pitcher, will improve to 2-4 on the season. Jared Shelton will get the grand slam, but also get the save. It's his second save of the season, as taking the loss in his first appearance on the mound will be Hayden Mulva, or excuse me, first start of the year will take the loss for Hayden Mulva. Mulva will fall to 3-1 on the season, taking his first loss. As the final line score is 8 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors for the Pioneers, with a total of 3, 5, and 8 runners left on base. For the Trappers, 20 runs on 18 hits. They committed 3 errors, leaving 9 on base. Final out was recorded at 10:28 this evening, which puts our game time at 3 hours and 23 minutes. Trappers will improve to 16-37 and 7-17 in the second half, while the Pioneers fall to 34-19, 11-11 in the second half of the season. Jared Shelton, player of the game, will be interviewing him after the game today. A grand slam and the save in relief. It only took him 3 innings to get those honors, but we'll be talking to Jared Shelton after the game. Be sure to stay tuned on YouTube for the coaches' post-game interviews with special guests and player of the game in Jared Shelton. A reminder to tune into tomorrow's game as the Trappers and Pioneers take each other on for 2 games, both 7 innings in a doubleheader. First pitch of game 1 scheduled for 5:35. There will be 2 different streams, so if you're tuning in between games, there will be another one on the way. We'll take you down the final line scores for the pitching staffs before we part ways tonight. First, for the Western Nebraska Pioneers, they started the night with Hayden Mulva. Mulva in 2 1/3 allowed 5 hits, 7 runs, all of them earned, walking 1, striking out 1. Then Jaden Tomas in 3 2/3 allowed 7 hits, 6 runs, 4 of them earned, did not walk a batter, striking out 4. Then Ryan Reynolds in an inning and 2/3 allowed 2 hits, 6 runs, 1 of them earned, walking 4, striking out 4. And Casey Candiotti in an inning, in a third of an inning, allowed 1 hit, 1 run, unearned, walking 2 and striking out 1. In total for the Western Nebraska Pioneers, they pitched in 8 innings, allowed 18 base hits, 20 runs, but most of them are going to go unearned. 12 earned runs against the Pioneers tonight, off a total of 7 walked batters. They did strike out a decent number of trappers. 10 trappers were victims of the strikeout tonight. And taking a look at the other side for the Trappers line score on the pitching staff, it started with Adrian Lopez in 6 innings pitched, allowed 7 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned. Then Jared Shelton came in, 3 innings pitched, allowed 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 of them did not walk a batter, striking out 4. In total, the Trappers pitched in 9 innings, allowed 10 hits, 8 runs, 7 of them earned, walking 4 and striking out 7. One more time, your final line score, the Western Nebraska Pioneers, 8 runs on 10 hits, 2 errors, 8 runners left on base. While the Trappers scored 20 runs on 18 hits, 3 errors, 9 runners left on base for the Trappers. Adrian Lopez gets the win as the starting pitcher. He improves to 2-4. Hayden Mulva will get the loss. He falls to 3-1 on the season, while Jared Shelton gets the save, his second of the year, with a first pitch time of 7:05 this evening and a final out recorded at 10:28. That goes for a game time of 3 hours and 23 minutes. We thank you so much for tuning in. We hope to see you tomorrow night as the Trappers take on the Western Nebraska Pioneers in a 2-game series. First pitch for Game 1 scheduled for 5:35. One more time, your final score, the Pierre Trappers 20 and the Western Nebraska Pioneers 8. From Hyde Stadium in Pierce, South Dakota, I'm Tyler Katz.